I transmigrated into the Villainess in a sweet romance novel. Here's how the story goes. The male lead is deeply in love with his wife. However, his wife falls ill and doesn't have much time left. During this time, the wife's sister, also known as the original character, climbs into his bed. The wife, being extremely magnanimous, not only doesn't blame her sister, but also asks the male lead to marry her after she passes away, with no other choice. The male lead reluctantly agrees, but all of this is merely the background of the sweet romance story. The real story is this: the male and female leads meet, and the female lead slowly helps the male lead open his heart, allowing him to move on from the pain of losing his wife. In the end, they get there happily ever after. As for the bothersome original character, after enduring betrayal from everyone around her and cold treatment from her husband, she jumps off a building to her death, successfully clearing the way for the female lead. Chapter 1. The timing of my transmigration couldn't have been more impeccable. At this moment, the original character was lying on her sister and brother-in-law's bed, looking like she was ready to be ravaged. But the burning sensation coursing through my body told me something was definitely off. I propped myself up and climbed out of bed, only to have my legs give out, sending me kneeling to the ground. Ugh, this is intense. The original character's bag had been thrown to the floor. Inside, aside from a phone, there was surprisingly a voice recorder, gritting my teeth against the heat coursing through me. I turned on the recorder and placed it on the bedside table. Then, grabbing the phone, I stumbled into the bathroom and locked the door behind me. The original character had been planning to seduce someone. Did she drug herself for this? Was she afraid she wouldn't follow through otherwise? This didn't make any sense. So who exactly had drugged her? Hello, is this 911? Someone tried to drug and assault me. Please come as soon as possible to rescue me. Mom, can you come pick me up? I don't feel well and don't want to worry my sister. After making the 2 calls, I was already slipping into a haze of drowsiness. I managed to fill the bathtub with cold water before collapsing into it. The icy chills suppressed the fire raging inside me. Ugh, what a nightmare. The rest of the memory is hazy. I vaguely remember someone calling the original character's name. Laura, where are you? There were sounds of someone breaking the door down and arguing voices. Finally, my consciousness was swallowed entirely by darkness. Chapter 2. Things just got interesting. Apparently my ever-so-glamorous and oh-so-loving sister and brother-in-law were invited to the police station for a cup of tea. Their explanation after dinner. They realized the original character was missing. Out of concern, they started looking for her and eventually found the bathroom door in their bedroom locked. They didn't know why she was in their room but were worried something had happened. So they tried to break down the door. The drug? What drug? We don't know anything about that. With no surveillance cameras in the room and no witnesses. Whatever they said was as good as gospel. We'll investigate the source of the drug. Just rest and don't worry, said the officer. The officer's name was Elias. He had been here since I woke up, though his scrutinizing gaze never wavered. Awa, is this what they call a cop's sixth sense? I left a voice recorder on the bedside table. Maybe it captured something useful. I said. Elias nodded. Got it. I'll check it out. Then he turned to the original character's mom. Ma'am, please take care of Lara. I'll come back later to check on her. Don't worry. Lara is in good hands with me, her mother reassured him. After Elias left, the original character's mom looked at me with concern. Is Elias upset? Oh, right. Elias was the original character's boyfriend. They were already planning to get married by the end of the year. I raised an eyebrow. Why would he be upset? Upset because someone drugged me? The original character's mother frowned deeply. How could this happen? How could something like this happen? Well, you might want to ask Diana about that. Her face changed and she instinctively objected. Impossible. There's no way your sister would do something like that. I said the 3 of us ate from the same table. The only difference was that Diana gave me a glass of milk. It can't be that the milk was expired and poisonous, right? You don't need to react so strongly. I don't have any evidence. And I'm not accusing her of anything. It's just that some things are obvious and anyone with half a brain can figure it out. Even if Diana didn't do it herself, she knew what was happening. The original character's mom stared at me speechless. Then why did you say you felt unwell and didn't want to worry your sister? She asked. I shrugged. What else was I supposed to say? That Diana drugged me? If you heard that, what would you do first? She stayed silent. I answered for her. You'd call Diana to confirm it. Wouldn't you? That would just push me further into the fire. So, you see, sometimes a little white lie is necessary. The original character's mother wasn't biased. Even though Diana had a congenital heart condition, she never treated the younger daughter unfairly. In the original story, she had been one of the witnesses when the original character was caught in bed with her brother-in-law. She slapped the original character and brought her back home. If it hadn't been for Diana begging desperately, she would never have allowed her to marry her sister's husband. When the original character later committed suicide, she was the one who grieved the most, snapping out of her initial shock. She reached out to touch my head, her gaze firm. Mom won't let you suffer this injustice for nothing. Chapter 3, the voice recorder was found and the contents, absolutely explosive. Diana, what's going on? I clearly put her on the bed. Where did she go? Sam, maybe she woke up and realized something was wrong. Went back to her room. Diana, I'll go check. Diana, no, I've looked everywhere. She's not here. Sam, the bathroom. Diana, it's locked. Knocking sounds. Diana, Laura, are you in there? Are you feeling unwell? Open the door. Let your sister in. Sam, she's probably passed out. Diana, break the door down. Sam, Diana, forget it. I don't want anyone else. I only want you. Diana, but I'm dying. What will you do when I'm gone? What about Lucas? In this world, only Lara can treat Lucas like her own child. Sam, but it's obvious she's already figured something out. Otherwise, she wouldn't be hiding. Diana, it's fine. At the end of the day, I'll be the victim and people will believe me. Plus, Lara wouldn't disregard my condition. TSK. This couple really gave me new perspective on the diversity of human behavior. Elias was staring at me again, his brow gradually furrowing. I cupped my face and looked at him. Am I nice to look at? Elias lowered his eyes, expressionless. The one hit the hardest was the original character's mother. She looked pale, barely able to stand. How could she dare do this? Whether she dared or not? She still did it, Elias said. We have a lead on the source of the drug. From what we see now, it looks like a joint operation by the couple. Sam's lawyer wants to see you and hopes you can issue a letter of forgiveness. No way, it's possible. One voice was from the original character's mom, and the other was mine. The original character's mom looked at me with heartache in her eyes. Laura. You don't have to worry about me. From now on, I'll consider her as no longer my daughter. I'm not exactly that merciful. Diana is already a dying person, and Sam's family is wealthy and powerful. There's no guarantee he'll face much punishment in the end. Besides, if you want to hurt someone, you have to break their spirit. Is Diana's illness truly incurable? The original character's mom shook her head. Diana has congenital heart disease and is destined not to live a long life. Plus, she's a bit dramatic for her so-called great love. She insisted on having a child in the end. She risked her life to give birth to Lucas. Her body was thoroughly wrecked in the process over the past 6 months. Her heart failure has worsened, and she's practically been confined to the hospital. The doctors have already issued a death notice. So yeah. She doesn't have much time left. What a pity if she could live for another 2 years. She could have had a face-to-face conversation with her husband's true love. Imagine what a spectacle that would be. How exciting. I said to Elias, I can write a letter of forgiveness and even drop the charges against them. But the two of them must kneel in front of me and apologize. The original Lara carried a tarnished reputation shunned by everyone around her after Diana died. She only lived for 1 more year. That year was full of unbearable pain, and eventually she ended her own life. This couple owes her an apology. Elias nodded, saying nothing more, and turned to leave, watching his determined back. I recalled his fate in the original story, when the original character was abandoned by everyone. Only Elias believed her. But by then, she had already lost the strength to be with him. She broke up with Elias resolutely. A month later, Elias was killed in action during a dangerous mission. Lara secretly attended his funeral. She overheard Elias' superior say, this mission wasn't originally meant for Elias. He volunteered. He hadn't been in a good state lately. He seemed deeply troubled. It was my mistake. I shouldn't have agreed. Buzz, Lara's world crumbled. From that moment on, she was like a walking corpse. Chapter the couple's apology, though late, finally arrived after 2 days of rest in the hospital. The original character's mother took me home. The original character's father had died when they were very young. The mother was a remarkable woman. She built her business from scratch while raising 2 children. Now, her business had grown modestly, and both of her children had grown up. Her only real worry had been her eldest daughter's health. But now, her eldest daughter had gone off the rails. Not only did she hurt her sister, but she also ended up hospitalized herself. The mother seriously doubted her own parenting. In just a few days, she seemed to have aged 10 years. When Sam and Diana appeared before me, she turned her head away, ignoring Diana's pleading gaze. I sat on the sofa and raised an eyebrow at them. Go on. Diana looked upset. Laura, haven't you had enough? Because of you. Your brother-in-law and I were just released on bail yesterday. Do you even know how much damage this has done to us? The original character's mother couldn't take it anymore. You made a mistake and now you're blaming your sister. Diana, is this what I taught you? Diana looked at her mother in disbelief. Are you blaming me? How could you do this? I haven't been able to eat or sleep these days, and you haven't even come to see me instead of helping me convince Lara. You're blaming me? Are you even my mother? The original mother was furious. If I weren't your mother just for you hurting my daughter like this, I'd make sure you end up behind bars forever. Diana was visibly upset, her chest heaving. Sam wrapped his arm around her with a worried look. Diana, are you okay? Don't scare me. He then shot a stern look at me and the original mother. You're supposed to be the closest people to Diana. Don't you know she can't get too emotional? I clicked my tongue in irritation. Oh, now you remember Diana can't get emotional. You've been hiding behind her since you walked in. You're hoping she could handle me while you just get a free pass, right? If you've got any guts, kneel and apologize to me. Hiding behind a woman, what kind of man are you? Diana once again protected her man, Laura. This is your brother-in-law. Who do you think you're yelling at? I stood up abruptly and looked at Diana coldly. When you let your man rape your own sister, did you remember that he was my brother-in-law then? Sam stared at me, shocked, as if he didn't expect me to be so blunt. Diana's eyes avoided mine. What nonsense are you talking about? What rape? Laura, how can you say such a thing? Mom, aren't you going to do something about her? I had lost my patience. Enough. Stop shouting. Either kneel down and apologize to me or go back to jail. Stop wasting my time. Sam and Diana exchanged glances. They seemed to finally realize I was serious. Sam held Diana's hand, shielding her behind him. Your sister did something wrong this time because of her health. She acted a bit extreme. I apologize on her behalf. I looked at him with mockery, downplaying it, under pressure. You make it sound like I'm the unreasonable one, and you're the bigger person showing leniency. Who do you think you're fooling? Diana's face turned red with anger. Laura, don't push it too far. Yes, maybe I was wrong, but nothing happened in the end, did it? What more do you want? Smack. The original mother finally couldn't take it anymore. She slapped Diana hard. Her eyes reddened. This truly took me by surprise. Diana stood there stunned, staring at the original mother. Sam held Diana as if infuriated. Mother-in-law, Diana is my wife. No one in this world can bully her, not even you. The original mother was strong when faced with strength. I need your permission to hit my own daughter. What do you want? To suppress me? Sam, go back and ask your father if you even have the power to do so. Sam froze. Diana finally recovered and started screaming. You're biased. The original mother trembled with anger. Biased? Diana, that's your sister, your own sister. You pushed her into the fire pit, drugged her. Are you trying to kill her? Diana's eyes turned red from crying. Did she die? She didn't die. But I'm dying. I'm going to die. If I die, what about Lucas? He's so young. What will happen to him? She's my sister, my own sister. Can't she take pity on me and help me take care of Lucas? No, she can't. I replied coldly. Diana glared at me with hatred. I said, why should she pity you? That child is yours. You decided to have him. The doctor advised you not to. Mom and I also tried to persuade you not to. Mom even begged you in tears. Did you take pity on her? When Diana was pregnant, the original mother had once cried and begged her. You want to have his child. But what about my child? But Diana never seemed willing to admit she was wrong. She screamed hoarsely. Can't I have a child for the man I love? Of course you can. I said, but you have to bear the consequences of your actions. No one else is paying for them. The apology session ended with Diana fainting as Sam rushed to carry Diana away in a panic. The original mother instinctively took 2 steps forward, but then stopped. I didn't intend to make her choose between her 2 daughters. If you're worried, you can go check on her. I said. The original mother shook her head, remaining silent. Chapter 5, since the apology didn't work, let's just continue with the legal proceedings. Sam's lawyer was still requesting to meet me. I didn't even bother to respond. Did they really think they could get something for nothing? Not a chance. Elias was particularly invested in this case. It seemed like he was determined to dig into Sam's background, keeping a close eye on him during the investigation. And he actually uncovered something unexpected. A week before Diana drugged me, Sam underwent a vasectomy. This revelation once again highlighted Diana's selfishness to me to make her own sister wholeheartedly take care of her child. She had no problem robbing her sister of the right to be a mother herself, if this were ancient times. And there were a pill that could permanently strip a woman of her fertility. Diana would probably have fed it to her sister without hesitation. After sharing this useful information with me, Elias left without looking back. The original mother watched with deep concern. What's going on between you and Elias? Why does it feel like you two are acting like strangers? Is he upset about this situation? I sighed helplessly and tried to reassure her. Don't worry, it's fine. Give it some time. And it'll pass. Trust me, your son-in-law isn't going anywhere. The original mother didn't believe me. You should visit Elias' house more often. He's always busy with work, so help him tidy up the place. Then, with some suspicion, she added, you used to love going out all the time. Why are you staying at home every day now? I blinked innocently. Aren't I just sitting here waiting for someone to come and apologize? It turned out I didn't have to wait long. 3 days later, Diana showed up again, this time bringing Sam along. They were much more subdued this time. No more side-tracking or deflection. They got straight to the point and apologized. After apologizing, Diana took out a forgiveness agreement for me to sign. I looked at her in surprise. Is that it? Diana's face twisted in frustration. We've already apologized. What more do you want? I was puzzled. Did I not make myself clear? Or do you have a problem with comprehension? Get down on your knees and apologize. Didn't you understand that? Diana was so furious she was practically hyperventilating. Mom, look at her. The original mother looked up at the ceiling, feigning ignorance. Sam pulled Diana back. He turned to me and said, your sister isn't in good health. If you insist on this, I'll kneel and apologize in her place. All right. Diana looked at Sam with tears of gratitude. Honey, Sam gently stroked her cheek. I found the scene nauseating and refused without hesitation. No, this is something you both owe me. No one is getting out of it. Diana took a deep breath, clearly trying to suppress her emotions. Laura, enough, I admit I was wrong. I can't let go of Sam and I can't let go of Lucas. In this whole world, you're the one I trust the most. You're the first person I thought of. I let out a dismissive "oh." Then I guess Lara's got some rotten luck. Diana's expression froze. I'm doing this for your own good. Look at your boyfriend, he's just a cop. What kind of future does that have? I laughed lightly. Now that's the truth, isn't it? You think letting me have Sam is somehow a blessing? You think I should be grateful? Diana looked like I'd hit the nail on the head. Even Sam seemed to think it was a perfectly reasonable idea. Seriously, where did they get this audacity? Some delusional author. I said coldly, but in my eyes, Elias is worth 1,000 times more than Sam the rapist. Laura, once again, I successfully pissed Diana off. Sam's face darkened too. Laura, do you really have to make it sound this nasty? Well, then don't do such nasty things. Your wife drugs you and you just go along with it. Are you a hello dog or what? Laura, oh yeah, got both of them. Kneel or get lost. The stench of filth is overwhelming. Diana was swaying, but she didn't faint this time. In the end, they both knelt before me, their faces full of humiliation. While they were apologizing, I took a photo. I planned to print it out and burn it as an offering to Laura from my past life. Diana tried to snatch it, but I dodged her. Sam coldly threatened me, but before he could finish, the original mother cut in. The door is right there. Don't let it hit you on your way out. Chapter 6. Step 1. Apology achieved. Step 2. Time to lend them a hand. So I called Elias. Come over for dinner. Otherwise, your future mother-in-law thinks she's losing her son-in-law. Elias hesitated for a moment, but eventually agreed. The original mother was overjoyed and personally cooked up a feast. While she was busy cooking, I pulled Elias aside. Been busy lately. I asked him. Elias was sitting half a couch away from me. He replied formally, not too bad. Good enough. I need you to look into someone. Elias frowned instinctively. Who? A girl named Monica should be 19 this year, a sophomore studying at a university here in the city. I'm not sure which university exactly. Monica is the main female lead in this story. She appeared 6 months after Diana's death. She showed up as a nanny for Sam. The reason she gave was that she bonded with Lucas. She liked him. So in the development of the romance between the male and female leads, Diana's son became a catalyst. However, it's odd for a college student to abandon a proper internship to become someone's nanny in the first place. It just doesn't add up. If you ask me, I'd call it premeditated. So I want to see if there's a deeper connection between Monica and Sam. After listening to me, Elias nodded. I'll get you the result as soon as possible. I was getting a little curious about Elias. I rested my chin in my hand, looking at him. I'm holding on so tightly to this. Aren't you going to try and talk me out of it? Elias' gaze turned cold after what they did. If I had the chance, I'd hold on tightly too. A promising student, Elias worked efficiently. The next day, Elias sent me Monica's full background. Just looking at the photo at the top, I knew I had found the right person. Lara had met her in the last period of her life. Monica had replaced all of Lara's roles in that family. Others thought Lara was pitiful, but only Lara felt a sense of relief. When Sam wanted to divorce her and said he had fallen for Monica, all Lara felt was a breath of freedom. She could finally leave without any lingering attachments. So, surprisingly, Laura even felt a slight sense of gratitude towards Monica. Sigh. I couldn't help but sigh. Laura was one of the purest and kindest people I'd ever known. Chapter 7. I continued reading. What followed was even more interesting. Monica came from a poor family. She managed to study her way out of the mountains, all thanks to the supportive sponsors. And the person who sponsored her was Sam. Suddenly having a realization, I called the original mother when Diana married Sam. Didn't they sponsor some students? I think so. Why? She asked. Nothing, just curious. The original mother didn't think much of it. If you're bored, go out for a walk. Don't stay cooped up at home all day. Got it. I did need to go out. This interesting little discovery was not something I could share with Diana just yet, but as her dearest sister, I had to show some concern for her. Right. I hailed a cab and headed to the hospital. Diana was a very kind person, at least outwardly. Plus, she was Mrs. Sam and she had quite a few close friends. When I arrived, there were a few people holding her hand and comforting her. Seeing me, Diana's face changed. Laura, what are you doing here? I put on an innocent look. I'm here to represent our entire family in visiting you. Diana bit her lip. Her face filled with grievance and restraint. The people around her couldn't stand it. So this is your ungrateful sister. After all you've done for her, she doesn't even come visit you when you're sick in the hospital and instead tries to drive a wedge between you and your mother. If it were me, I'd have kicked her out long ago. Don't say that. Laura is just angry with me. Diana pretended to be the saint. How could I not go along with her act? Of course. My sister is the best. She knows she doesn't have much time left, so she's trying to leave her position as Mrs. Sam to me. She was worried I'd be embarrassed, so she went ahead and bundled me off to her husband's bed. Unfortunately, I just don't think I'm worthy. Laura, Diana screamed, glaring at me viciously. I shrank back a step. Sister, did I say anything wrong? Wasn't it you who drugged me and got brother-in-law to have a vasectomy? Laura. Shut your mouth. The people around her instinctively let go of her hand. Diana hurriedly tried to explain. Don't listen to her nonsense. She's just mad at me and talking nonsense here. I quickly added, yes, I'm just making things up. Diana let out a sigh of relief. I continued. Now that things have come to this, I really can't take care of my sister's husband and her son anymore. You all are her closest friends. Surely she'll entrust the people she cares about most to you, so please make sure you don't let my sister down. Their faces changed. They quickly stood up and found an excuse to leave. I sighed. Sigh, sister, you really haven't chosen your friends well. They're unwilling to help you. How terrible of them. Laura, what exactly are you trying to do? Diana was trembling with anger. I hurriedly put her oxygen mask back on. Don't be angry. Don't be angry if you get sick from being mad. No one can take your place. Oh, she seemed even angrier as much as it pleased me. I couldn't actually push her over the edge after all. She still had quite a role to play later. I'm here to give you some advice. Mainly, I said. Diana let out a cold laugh. Her voice weak. You're really that kind? Of course not. I know you're worried about Sam and Lucas, but at this point, I think you should let go of your romantic notions compared to Sam. You should be more concerned about Lucas. Don't try to drive a wedge between Sam and me. Diana gritted her teeth. I scoffed. The fact that you did what you did to me shows that you don't have confidence in Sam. You're afraid that with a stepmother comes a stepfather, so you want someone who will be on your side. Diana's expression darkened. For Lucas's sake, the wisest choice you have now is to divorce Sam. take half of his assets rather than gamble on him being a good father for the next few decades. Impossible. Diana glared at me. I knew you were up to no good. Laura, you just can't stand to see me happy. You want me to divorce Sam? Are you out of your mind? I didn't expect her to agree, so I continued. Do you trust him that much? How long has it been since you two had relations? He's a man in his prime. How do you think he satisfies those needs? Diana, be realistic. Chapter 8. Diana is obsessed with love. She loves Sam so much that even if she dies, she doesn't want him to belong to anyone else. So she sacrificed her own sister, holding her nose while doing it. I guess for her, this was already unbearable pain. Now she's still alive. If anything happens with Sam, what will she do? A few days later, I received some news Sam and Diana got into a fight. The cause was that Diana saw Sam's secretary tying his tie. That scene set her off and she ended up grabbing the secretary by the hair and beating her. TSK. Impressive. A heart failure patient with that kind of explosive power. But Sam's secretary wasn't one to be bullied. She immediately called the police. Diana got arrested once again. In the end, it was Sam who had to spend $500,000 to settle the matter. The original mother was the one who told me about it. Apparently, Diana was deeply affected by the incident and ended up in the intensive care unit. The original mother gave Sam a good scolding. Sam felt wronged. The domineering CEO doesn't know how to tie a tie. He said that his secretary had always tied his tie, and Diana knew that. He had no idea why she reacted so strongly this time. I rubbed my nose. Of course, it was all thanks to me, but I've always been one to do good deeds without leaving my name. The original mother wanted to go to the hospital to take care of Diana. She knew Diana didn't have much time left. If Diana's emotions were stable, it wouldn't be so bad. But she was completely unhinged now. Of course, she was unhinged. I thought in her past life she handed Laura over to Sam. She felt relieved, comfortable, and even passed away with a smile on her face. But now she was full of anxiety. I had no objections to the original mother wanting to take care of Diana. She could do her thing. I had my own matters to handle. I went to see Monica. She looked bewildered at my arrival. Hello, do we know each other? She was quite good at acting. But the surprise in her eyes when she first saw me told me she knew who I was. I didn't dig too deeply. I simply said, I'm here on behalf of my sister. Monica's hand, which had been hanging by her side, suddenly tightened around the fabric of her pants. What do you want with me? I raised an eyebrow. She didn't even ask who my sister was. Don't be nervous. I'm actually here to ask you for a favor, so I explained my purpose. My sister is seriously ill and doesn't have long to live. In the past, she and my brother-in-law sponsored many students, and you were one of them. I'd like to invite you to visit my sister, to cheer her up and give her some encouragement. Would that be all right? Monica visibly relaxed. Of course. I've always wanted to thank the big brother and sister who helped me, and now I finally have the chance. So I arranged a time with her and gave her the room number. As I turned to leave, I called Elias. Could you help me look into any interactions between Monica and Sam? Elias was on top of it. I was just about to call you. He said, according to my investigation, Monica started writing to Sam 2 years ago and they began corresponding 6 months ago. You're amazing. Chapter 9, as the appointed day approached, I suggested to the original mother that we should go visit Diana. The original mother was surprised and then her eyes filled with tears. Laura, I know you're a good child, but you don't need to wrong yourself. No. Let's not exaggerate, I'm not. I just want to witness the drama. So, under the original mother's concerned gaze, I headed to the hospital when I arrived. Monica hadn't come yet. Diana's eyes were full of disdain when she saw me. What are you doing here? I came to see you. Oh, mister, Sam is here too. Sam was peeling an apple for Diana. The moment he saw me, his brow furrowed. I couldn't help but grin. I just love when they don't like me but can't do anything about it. I heard you two got into a fight. What happened? Can't the loving couple act up? Brother-in-law, you shouldn't be so ungrateful. Diana sacrificed her own family for you. Diana glared. Laura, get out of here. I don't want you visiting me. Sam stood up, trying to use his height to intimidate me. If you're just here to upset your sister, you can leave. I raised my head arrogantly. I'm here to support Diana. Both of them were momentarily speechless. Sam, don't think you can bully Diana just because her family isn't here for her. She risked her life to have your child. You better not let her down. Sam's eyes darkened. He'd heard this too many times, so many that it had started to irritate him. That's just how people are. When a kindness is forced to be repaid over time, it eventually turns into resentment. My issues with Diana are none of your concern. Well, I certainly wasn't planning on getting involved. I was just here to watch the show and poke at them a bit. As I spoke, a crisp voice sounded. "Excuse me, is this Diana's room?" Monica had arrived. Sam turned his head first, looking as if he had seen a ghost, a sign of a guilty conscience. Instinctively, Diana hadn't noticed. "That's me. Who are you?" Monica shyly walked in, holding a bouquet of lilies. "Hello, Miss Diana. You might not know me. I'm one of the students you sponsored. I found out by chance that you were sick, so I wanted to come visit you. I hope you don't mind." Diana looked surprised. "That's very thoughtful of you." Monica glanced at Sam and handed him the flowers. Sam avoided her gaze and took the flowers, setting them on the table indifferently. "Come sit." Diana gestured for Monica to sit beside her. Monica took a seat by her bedside. "What's your name? How old are you? Where do you go to school now?" Monica obediently answered each question. The atmosphere was quite harmonious, but Diana couldn't handle too much. And before long, she started to look tired. Sam noticed it. He said if you like her, she can come and keep you company more often. "You're tired. Get some rest." Diana nodded, then take her out. "Sure." Sam led Monica out of the room. Watching their backs as they left, I casually remarked, "Wow, what a perfect match, such a handsome man and a lovely girl." Diana's face darkened. "Why are you still here?" I propped my chin on my hand and looked at her. "Aren't you curious who brought Monica here?" Diana looked at me warily. I didn't disappoint her. Of course, it was me. Surprised, shocked. "What exactly are you up to?" she asked, her tone full of suspicion. I sighed. "I really had good intentions. She said she wrote you many thank you letters. I just hoped she could bring you a little joy. After all, no matter what, we're still sisters. Aren't we?" Chapter 10. Diana is being discharged from the hospital. Stubborn as a mule, nobody can stop her. Even her mom is utterly exhausted. She's in no condition to be discharged. She doesn't listen to anyone and doesn't care about her body at all. Tell me, what exactly is she trying to do? What's she trying to do? Of course, she's going to look for those thank you letters. She may not fully believe me, but once a seed of doubt is planted, it will grow day and night, tormenting her. Let her go if she wants to, as long as she's happy. That's all that matters, after all. There's a big show waiting for her at home. I heard that in just 3 days. Sam pulled off something major. "I'll go with you to send her home." Diana's mom sighed helplessly, defeated. Diana didn't tell Sam about her discharge. We wheeled her back home, even in this state. She's still tangled up in her love life. I have to give her credit. She's got a strong will. As we entered the villa, the first thing we heard was Luca's babbling. Diana's expression finally softened, but the next second her face turned black as coal. Not just her, everyone heard it. Lucas, come on, say mommy." "Mommy? Ah, baba, ah, no, it's mommy. Mommy, how entertaining. Monica, what are you doing here?" Diana stared in disbelief at the girl holding Lucas. Monica was also startled. Her rosy cheeks instantly turned pale. "Diana, Miss Diana," Diana's trembling finger pointed at her. "I'm asking you, why are you here?" Monica hugged Lucas tightly, lowering her head. She whispered, "Miss, please don't misunderstand. I just feel sorry for Lucas and wanted to help brother Sam a bit. He's been so exhausted managing the company, taking care of you and worrying about Lucas." Miss Diana. Brother Sam, those titles revealed everything about their relationship. Diana struggled to stand up. Her mother immediately stepped forward to support her. "Give Lucas back to me. Where's the nanny, the housekeeper, the childcare professional? Is there no one else at home that you need to take over?" "Careful," her mother said anxiously. But Diana ignored her, reaching out directly to snatch Lucas. Monica, for some reason, avoided her. "Miss Diana, please calm down. Don't frighten Lucas. What are you trying to do? Give Lucas back to me. Miss Diana, you might hurt Lucas like this. Let go. I can't let you harm Lucas." The scene grew chaotic until Diana's mother finally took control. She pushed Diana back into the wheelchair and took Lucas from Monica's arms. With a cold glare at Monica, she said, "Miss, I don't know who you are, but you clearly know that Diana is Lucas's biological mother. Refusing to let go of the child while accusing her of harming him gives me every reason to question your intentions." Monica's face was filled with grievance. "I didn't mean to," she said stubbornly. Lucas, frightened, cried uncontrollably. Diana took Lucas in her arms, tears streaming down her face as well. Diana's mother immediately called Sam and asked him to come back to handle the situation. Sam arrived quickly, but the first thing he said was, "Diana, why are you out of the hospital?" Diana's expression was one of bitter despair. "Am I disrupting your happy little family?" Sam frowned. "What nonsense are you spouting?" "Nonsense." Diana pointed at Monica. "Do you know what I heard when I came back? She was teaching Lucas to call her mommy." Sam looked at Monica in disbelief. Monica, looking aggrieved, hastily explained. "I just wanted Lucas's first word to be mommy, so Miss Diana would be happy." This explanation wouldn't convince any woman, but Sam wasn't a woman, so he believed it. "Diana, stop overthinking everything all the time." "Am I overthinking, or are you behaving recklessly? How many times have you met her before deciding she should take care of Lucas?" "Sam, do you like her?" "How could I?" "Diana, is that what you think of me?" I was enjoying the drama, but Diana's mother spoke up. "Enough. If you have something to say, talk about it privately. Laura and I will head home." Sam asked this young lady to leave too. Having this kind of scene play out in front of his mother-in-law and sister-in-law was enough to make anyone scorn with embarrassment. So he turned to Monica and said, "You should head home." Monica bit her lip and reluctantly left. When I got home, I sent Diana a message. They say no woman has ever come out alive from checking her husband's phone. Good luck. Chapter 11. I want a divorce. Deanna got into Sam's phone, but her luck wasn't great. It turned out Sam and Monica had been in contact for quite a while. Sam had even complained to Monica multiple times about how suffocating his life felt and how unfamiliar Diana seemed to him now. I munched on sunflower seeds, watching the show unfold as if it had nothing to do with me. Diana's mother asked calmly, "Have you thought this through?" Diana lowered her head and stayed silent. Her mother looked heartbroken. "I'm not asking you to think about me or Lucas. I'm asking you to think about yourself. How many foolish things have you done for Sam? How many more can your body handle? Diana, can you wake up?" Diana cried, "But I just can't accept this. I've given so much for him. How could he treat me like this?" I let out a sarcastic laugh. "Do you know what the real problem is? You don't have time. You're still caught up in whether it's right or wrong, worth it or not, love or not. Are you waiting for him to suddenly realize his mistakes, regret everything and kneel down to beg for your love? Others might have the chasing wife and crematorium trope. Yours is straight into the crematorium." Laura, seeing the pained look on Diana's face, her mother hesitated to let me continue. "Fine, I won't say more." Diana was silent for a long time. Finally, she said, "Mom, take me back. This is between Sam and me. I'll handle it." Diana went back. It was obvious she was going back to reconcile with Sam and spend the last bit of her time with him peacefully. In Diana's eyes, Sam hadn't done anything unforgivable. After all, he was just venting. He hadn't actually cheated. What she didn't understand was that when a man starts baring his heart to another woman, it's the beginning of emotional betrayal. Diana wanted peace and quiet, but our motto is stir things up. Men need to stay busy. What love? What confessions? Who has time for that? During the time Elias kept a close eye on Sam, he discovered that Sam had once laundered money through a shell company. He had been very careful while it wouldn't land him in jail. It would definitely keep him occupied for a while. Previously, I told Elias to hold back. Now it was time to act. Elias gave a curt "got it." I glanced at him. "Smoke less, eat more. Things are wrapping up soon." Elias stared into the distance. "Thanks." Chapter 12. And just like that, Sam became incredibly busy. He started coming home later and later with more and more social obligations. He was running around pulling every string he could to fix things, but Diana, being a romantic fool, didn't care that the business world was a battlefield. All she wanted was for the man she loved to be with her at all times. One night when Sam was drinking himself sick, I tipped Monica off about his location. Monica rushed over. Sam hugged her. He said, "I'm so tired." Monica kissed his cheek. "I'll stay with you." The footage was high resolution with clear audio. I sent it to Diana. Diana fell eerily silent. It felt like the calm before a storm, and soon enough she acted. When she made her move, it was nothing short of shocking. She cut off Sam's genitals and flushed them down the drain. Sam nearly strangled her to death. The couple ended up in the hospital together. Diana didn't have much time left. Diana's mother, in tears, asked her why she had done it. She said, "I'm dying. I don't have time if I can't make him stay loyal to me forever. I can at least make him lose the ability to betray me." What a bold woman. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Diana's mother muttered to herself. It was quite a dramatic turn of events. One committed intentional injury, the other excessive self-defense. If they pressed charges, both would end up in jail. So, in the end, they reached a mutual agreement to let it go. The man's only demand was a divorce. The woman's only demand was custody of Lucas. But Diana refused to budge. A divorce? Over my dead body, without his genitals. Sam gradually became unhinged. One time, he even snuck into Diana's hospital room to pull out her oxygen tube. His family tried to comfort him. She's going to die soon anyway. Is it worth adding a murder charge to your name? But Sam didn't care. I'll kill her. Diana was dying. She woke up less and less frequently now. But one day, she suddenly opened her eyes wide, as if it was her final burst of energy. Looking at me, she said, "Laura, can you forgive your sister?" Did Diana really think she was wrong? Of course not. After all, just 2 days ago, she cursed me, saying that if it weren't for my meddling, she and Sam wouldn't have ended up like this. Now, the only reason she was asking for forgiveness was so she could leave this world in peace. How could I let her get her way? Smiling at her, I said, "No, I can't." Diana died, her eyes wide open in anger. The day after Diana's funeral, Sam announced he was going to marry Monica, almost as if he was doing it to provoke my family. Diana's mother was ready to fight tooth and nail to stop it. I chuckled, why stop it? Is this some great love story? The days of them tormenting each other are still ahead. After all, Sam's already psychologically unstable, but letting Monica taste a little hardship might be worth it. I sent a formal complaint to their school, reporting Monica for seducing the husband of her sponsor. In the letter, I asked, is this how you repay your sponsors? By breaking their trust. Who would dare to support your students in the future? After some public backlash, Monica was expelled. She angrily confronted me. All I ever did was thank Brother Sam for his help. Talk to him and help him relax. I never wanted to ruin their marriage. Their relationship was already falling apart. Do rich people really think they can just slander others without any regard for the truth? Thank Brother Sam, I asked with mock confusion. The one who funded your education was Diana. Why thank her husband instead of her? Don't tell me you didn't know. I told you myself. And if you could find Sam, you certainly could have found out about Diana. Young lady. Ambition isn't a sin. Wanting to use Sam to climb your way to the top isn't shameful either. But being a hypocrite while trying to play the victim, that's low. What's the matter? Even you think your true intentions are too ugly to admit. Monica left, defeated. One quiet morning, I found Diana's mother. Diana's sudden death had aged her significantly. I told her, you can involve yourself in Lucas's life if you want. But don't let Laura get involved. She has her own life to live. She looked at me in confusion, but you're Laura. I smiled and didn't answer. Laura, where are you going? She asked to find Elias. Will you come home for dinner? I'll be back, all right. I'll wait for you. She said. I called Elias and he came out of the police station shortly after. Elias, what is it? Count backward from 10. What 10? Mission completed. 9. Points calculation. 8. Reward issued. 7. Detach from the body. 6. Detach. 5. Detachment successful. 4, 3, 2, 1. Elias. Lara looked timidly at the person in front of her, uncertain as she softly called out his name. Elias snapped his head up. He opened his mouth but couldn't utter a single word. He wanted to step forward, but his feet felt like they were weighed down with lead. His hands were trembling. His heart was racing. Finally, his little girl threw herself into his arms. The system asked me, 3 lifetimes worth of virtue in exchange for a single reincarnation, is it worth it? I replied, when it comes to feelings, it's not about whether it's worth it or not, it's about whether you're willing. Then why not let her decide for herself? Wouldn't that be more satisfying? Because human hearts are complicated. Very few people in this world truly know what they want and are unwavering in their pursuit of it. Most people doubt themselves, deny themselves, and even despise themselves along the way. Revenge is never easy. So many people destroy themselves in the process of seeking revenge. And besides, someone wants his little girl to live a clean, happy, and carefree life. But that's enough. Next mission. The end. And that's a wrap on today's reading here at Booked for Drama. If you felt anything, rage, swoon, secondhand heartbreak, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your fellow drama lovers. If you have any requests, drop them in the comments. Until next time, keep reading and keep the drama on the page.